My name is George. I guess this all started the night I sat in my childhood bedroom, watching the ceiling fan spin slow as honey. I was 13 then, soft-cheeked and clumsy, fingers tapping at the keyboard while my heart thudded like a bird in my chest. I didn't even know what I was looking for, just that I needed to see men and their strong arms, the way they looked at each other like a secret door opening. Back then I thought maybe if I found the right picture, the wanting would stop. But it didn't. It just changed shape. Sometimes when I remember that boy, I see him sitting in the blue glow of the old computer screen, headphones on so his parents wouldn't hear. The ceiling fan spins. My body hums. My skin feels wrong heavy. And under it all, something else. The soft wish to disappear into someone else. I met older men first. I'd lie about my age on those hushed Craigslist ads. They'd come pick me up in cars that smelled like aftershave and stale coffee. I never got the sweet story. No Lover's Hill. No first kiss behind the gym. It was always someone twice my age, rough hands, don't ask my name, don't stay too long. But what really changed me was when I was 25, living alone in my first dorm room. I found the women's section on Amazon. The cheap skirts, the lacy bras that looked nothing like the ones in my mom's laundry basket. I ordered a red slip, trembling while I typed my shipping address. When it came, I held it up to my face. It smelled like plastic and dye, but I pressed it to my cheek anyway. That night I locked my door. I pulled it on over my flat chest, the hem brushing my thighs. It wasn't perfect, but when I turned sideways in the mirror, my heart cracked open. For a second, I could almost believe there was a girl in the glass, a sad, pretty thing who could be touched gently. I took pictures. I always took pictures. It made it real, I guess. The click of the phone camera, proof that someone like her could exist, even if she was only me. I still have one of those photos. In it, my eyes look soft but afraid, like a deer caught in headlights. When my mom was dying that winter, I'd come home from the hospital, peel off my jeans, and slip into that red slip. Sometimes I'd cry into the pillow in that stupid dress. I'd tell myself it was just a phase. But it wasn't. I wish I could say I found real love back then. But mostly it was more Craigslist men. One was named Mike. Big guy, smelled like beer and car oil. He picked me up behind the gas station. I remember him looking at me, my cheap wig, my shaky eyeliner, and saying, "You're a dirty girl, huh?" I laughed like it was funny, but inside I felt like something you find stuck to the bottom of your shoe. I didn't stop though. I'd clean myself up, throw the clothes away, swear I was done. But a few weeks later I'd be back online, scrolling through ads, looking for the next man who'd look at me like a thing and not a boy. It wasn't all awful. Some nights had this dreamlike softness. Like Jeremy. I met him last spring when I was 26. He wasn't like the others. He was my age, shy and sweet. We met at a bus stop, both of us pretending it was just a chat. But he knew. I knew. We texted for hours. He asked me if I'd ever dressed up for someone just to be kissed slow. No one ever asked me that before. I remember the first night I went to his place. I wore a simple black dress, the hem just brushing my knees. No wig this time, just my short brown hair. He opened the door like he'd been waiting his whole life for me. He led me to his room. It smelled like fresh laundry and old books. There was this little yellow lamp on the floor, throwing gold light on the walls. We didn't talk much. He touched my cheek with his thumb. "You look beautiful, George." He didn't call me a dirty girl. He didn't say anything ugly. We lay on his bed, fully clothed. His hand rested on my waist. His mouth found mine. It wasn't the rough, cold stuff I'd known before. He kissed me like he was afraid I'd break. I remember the sound of his heartbeat under my ear, the slow hush of rain against the window. For a moment, I thought maybe this was it. Maybe this was the soft place I'd been crawling toward all these years. But the morning came too fast. Jeremy sat on the edge of the bed, pulling his socks on, looking at the floor. He said he didn't know how to do this. Didn't know how to want me in daylight. He had an ex-girlfriend who still called. A mother who asked when he'd bring a girl home. I said it was fine. I said I understood. And I did. But when I left his place that morning, the sun felt mean against my skin. Sometimes I still talk to him. Just messages that flicker and die. I tell him I'm doing fine, that I'm better now. It's a lie. Last night I met another man. His name was Russ. I put on a cheap pink skirt I'd found at a thrift store. I did my makeup too bright, too much blush on my cheeks. In the car, he said he liked the way my legs looked. He drove us out to the edge of town, down some dirt road that smelled like wet earth and pine. When he touched me, my mind slipped somewhere else, like I was watching a movie of myself from the back seat. I thought about my mom for some reason. About the red slip in the box under my bed. About the way Jeremy's hand felt on my cheek. When Russ was done, he didn't say much. He dropped me off at a gas station, the neon sign buzzing like a mosquito in my ear. I walked home alone, shoes in my hand, feet freezing on the cracked sidewalk. Now it's morning again. I'm sitting here on my mattress on the floor, same as always. My wig's on the chair. My makeup wipes are scattered like crumpled ghosts. I can still smell him on my skin, sharp and sour. I know people would say I should stop, that I should get help. Maybe they're right. But sometimes when I'm alone in that soft half-sleep, I still see her. The girl in the mirror, the one in the red slip. She looks back at me, eyes full of something gentle. Maybe hope. Maybe just the echo of it. If I ever see Jeremy again, I'd tell him I don't blame him. I'd tell him I get it, how hard it is to love something that doesn't fit neat in your hands. I'd tell him thank you for that one night when I wasn't just a dirty girl in a car. I don't know if I'll ever find that soft place again, but I like to think it's out there. A room with yellow light. A lover's hand on my cheek. No lies. No leaving before the sun comes up. And if I don't find it, if it stays just a dream, at least I know I had it once. For a heartbeat. For a hush of rain on the window. For the sweet, dangerous hope that maybe, just maybe, someone could look at me, George, and see something worth loving.